What's good, everyone? Welcome back to my Starscape series. I have absolutely great news to bring to you all. Act 1 shall officially end in this very episode, along with the very reason itself. As you can see, the Yukon has also begun its building process. I forgot to remove the old screenshots from my folder, so here is the actual screenshot of my achievements list before moving the completed achievements in my first list. Yukon is being built, the Echelon is ready and kitted up, and I also have found an ancient beacon. Act 2 will be more PvE based, while also including some mining sessions, just so it's not only exploring drones, pirates, their structures, drone battleships, etc. There's also going to be X-structure hunting, to try and get myself some exotic modules from them as well, since I've done X hunting during mining trips and everything else, as you've seen in the previous episodes. In this act, you've witnessed a miner's perspective, how they start from 0 and reach 100 in terms of gathering resources, avoiding player encounters, what to look for, and stockpile on the most common resources to build destroyers, turrets, and anything else you could ever think of building in the game. Going on with the topic, I plan to perhaps make some videos on Fantastic Frontier, the Flash game I've mentioned in my previous episode, or any other game I like, before releasing the Act 2 trailer of my Starscape series. Since I want to catch a small break from the game, as the update is not coming out anytime soon, while also wanting to move on other games and make videos about them as well. My prediction of the update coming out would be around from mid-July to the end of August. If it doesn't come around that frame of time, it is what it is. Every game needs their time to have bugs fixed, features and interactions tested, and all that good jazz developers need to go through before releasing new content to their players in their own game. Regarding the faction warfare achievements, I may get myself some salvage items from my main to start getting some rank promotions. I know it may be unfair as I'm fully aware of it, but honestly, it is quite impossible to solo overtake contested systems unless you have friends and faction mates to help you out, while also hoping for no hostile players to come over and blast your ship into space scrap for your turrets, modules, and valuables. You are free to complain over this decision, though it is absolutely boring and unbearable due to the many shots I have to land on the beacon in order to take over the contested system. This next topic I'm going to talk about will involve ideas I thought about Starscape in terms of siege-type ships. For a while, I thought of a ship I've always seen in X-Structure Rex that possesses a centrifuge wheel, giving me the idea of a space transport type of ship where it could transport civilians, soldiers, and any kind of life forms there would be in the game. However, my mind pictured it as a sort of siege ship with spinning ring-shaped generators to charge up and fire a beam of plasma energy in front of the ship itself that fires concentrated plasma energy and possesses such tremendous power to obliterate a shield tower bubble that is part of the player station update in just a matter of seconds. Such ship would require some time for the Doomsday weapon to cool down the heat generated as it fires. Every defensive turret, which is commonly called PDs, would be disabled, and the ship itself becomes completely immobile as the laser is fired. And let's also not forget, shield regeneration is disabled while the beam fires its full salvo for 20 seconds to destroy a shield tower's bubble. If Kev would somehow consider this idea of mine, I would say this ship would be the size between a cruiser or a drone battleship. Perhaps even bigger than that. But wait, there's more. It would also require an obnoxious amount of Vexnium to construct the ring generators and a bunch of VX crystals in order to give more power to the plasma energy of the Doomsday weapon itself. Keep in mind, if you want to solo a player station with this kind of ship, pray that no one is around the system, because of the immense cons you possess while firing the plasma cannon aforementioned. You also have to wait around 2-3 minutes for the cooldown to fully finish. In short, this siege-type warship shall only be used in a fleet, as 30,000 shields and 25,000 hull will not save you if you're alone in the system while piloting this kind of ship. Although, if any ship that is not a cruiser or a battleship would be unfortunate enough to be caught in the plasma cannon's beam, they will get immediately erased. Indeed, it is absolutely powerful enough to annihilate a fleet if used correctly, as it has the ability to move around for exactly 3 seconds as the cannon is charging up. The animation for it would also be noticed as the ring-shaped generators pick up more speed in terms of rotation, and a bright green-colored light would start growing from the cannon's center. The charging sound can also be heard from the entire system, meaning that if you are in the same system as this ship, you will hear it while being in another planet, firing sound included. Since there are stats for the ship I need to consider, I will give a more in-depth description on the first episode of Act 2. This was just a general explanation of how the ship works, which I will give it a fitting name in its befitting power: Atomizer, since it actually annihilates almost any ship in the game with a single shot. Lastly, I took inspiration of this ship from 2 sources: the X-structure shipwreck found when hunting for structures, and the main inspiration, the mammoth-sized Death Star from O-Game, armed with a giant graviton cannon possessing the capabilities of both annihilating any fleet and possessing such tremendous power to obliterate even a moon with a single shot. Enough of the ideas topic. Let's move on to YouTube. For a long while, I've been wondering why songs have a copyright claim when it's only used to give some flavor to a YouTube video. I know, it's because of the original creators don't want others to steal someone else's product and everything else like that. But then again, it's also quite dumb at the same time, in my own opinion of course, so just take this opinion of mine with a grain of salt. Again, it's quite dumb of YouTube to give a copyright claim when users only want to use it as a sort of background music in any video we would make. So yeah, it's quite upsetting that I can't use some of the music I listen to in order to spice up the videos I make. Nor do I have the ability to make music myself, as I don't know what would be suitable to start off. Not only that, the algorithm for videos is not that satisfying, since I barely get any recognition for my work. Though I'm sure that once some time has passed, I will be able to harvest the fruits of my trees by putting in more time and dedication to every weekly upload. So I will say this once again. Please consider subscribing to my channel and leave a like below the video if you are honestly enjoying my weekly video uploads. letting me know that my dedication and effort is not done in vain. It is free of charge and doesn't require you to pay any sort of tax to do anything aforementioned. Only some seconds of your dedication and that's about it. To all my fellow subscribers who actively follow my channel, my sincere gratitude upon thee for your time over my usual speeches, rants over certain topics, and my ideas over those games I play. That is all I have to say for this video. I will catch you all in the next video regarding either Fantastic Frontier or the Flash game. Before I forget, the trailer will be posted around 2 weeks from this video, since as I said before, I want to have a small break and gather my thoughts of how I will plan to do the 7 or 8 episodes about Act 2. With that said, I'm going to have some rest, and good day or night to you all. This is Arctic, signing out.